Long before the world learned to draw lines on maps, there was a land of kings and prophets, of battles and wisdom. A land where every breeze carried the whispers of stories older than time itself. In this land stood a small city called Abel of Beth-Maachah. Peaceful, humble. But on one dreadful day, the drums of war thundered at its gates. This is the tale of the woman who stopped the war. A woman whose wisdom shone brighter than swords, and whose voice silenced an army. Now, far away from the quiet city of Abel, the kingdom of Israel was shaking like a tree in a storm. A man named Sheba, proud, loud, and cunning, raised his voice against King David.
We have no part in David, every man to his tents, O Israel.
And so began the rebellion. Villages trembled. Soldiers ran. And David's mighty general, Joab, gathered his men to crush the uprising before it could swallow the land. But Sheba, the traitor, fled north, fleeing across dusty valleys and dry rivers, until he reached one small city, Abel of Beth-Maachah. And there, hiding behind the walls of peace, one man's rebellion brought doom to thousands. News of Sheba's rebellion had spread far and wide. But his escape was short-lived, for Joab, commander of David's army, was already on his trail. When Sheba fled to the northern city of Abel, Joab's army followed, laying siege to the gates. The city trembled, innocent lives trapped behind walls of fear. Amid the chaos, an aged woman, known for her wisdom, stood tall. She was respected by all, a voice of reason in a time of madness.
Hear me, I pray you. Tell Joab to come near, that I may speak with him.
I am here. Speak, woman of Abel, said Joab.
Once, this city was known for wisdom, a place where people sought counsel of peace and truth. Why would you destroy what belongs to Israel, and swallow up the inheritance of the Lord?
Far be it from me to destroy. I seek only Sheba, son of Bichri, a traitor who has lifted his hand against King David. Deliver him, and I will depart from the city, said Joab.
Behold, his head shall be thrown to you from the wall.
And so, with wisdom rather than war, the woman of Abel sought to save her people. Within the walls of Abel, the wise woman gathered the elders. Her words carried the weight of truth, and the fear of bloodshed stirred hearts to action. When word reached Sheba that the people had turned against him, his courage melted away. The walls that once sheltered him had become his prison.
My people, one man's rebellion will not cost us all. Deliver him, and peace shall return to Abel, said the wise woman.
And so it was. The head of Sheba, son of Bichri, was cast over the wall, and the sound of the trumpet ended the siege. Thus, through the wisdom of one woman, a city was spared, and the rebellion silenced. Her courage turned away wrath, proving once again that true power is not in the sword, but in wisdom. Far away in Jerusalem, word reached King David. The rebellion had ended, not by the sword of generals, but by the counsel of a nameless woman in a small city.
A woman's wisdom stronger than the walls of a fortress, sharper than the edge of a blade. Truly, the Lord grants insight to whomever he pleases,
said King David. In the Chronicles of Kings and Warriors, her name was never written. Yet her act outshone the valor of many. Through wisdom, she saved a city and restored peace to a kingdom. In every generation, wisdom is the quiet river that quenches the fire of war. For power shouts, but wisdom whispers, and yet, its echo lasts forever. This story reminds us, sometimes, the greatest warriors are those who fight with words of peace. From the ancient lands of Israel to the heart of Africa, wisdom remains the true crown of kings.